John had always been a good boy in his younger years. He loved his parents and tried hard to make them proud. His father, Mr. Roberts, worked as a lawyer, and his mother, Mrs. Roberts, was a teacher. They had high expectations for John. They wanted him to be successful, kind, and responsible. But over time, John began to change. As he grew older, he started to make bad choices. He started skipping school, and his grades fell. His parents were disappointed but still tried to help him. They offered him advice, but John didn't want to listen. Instead, he spent more time with his friends, who were bad influences on him. One day, John found out that his father was having an affair. His father had been secretly meeting another woman. John was angry and confused. He didn't know how to handle the situation. He felt betrayed and didn't want to talk to his father. But instead of facing his feelings, he chose to distance himself from both his parents. As time passed, John's anger grew. He didn't understand why his father would hurt his mother. Mr. Roberts had always been a kind and loving husband. John felt like he had lost trust in him. His mother, on the other hand, remained silent. She knew about the affair but didn't want to tell John. She was trying to protect him from the pain. John started getting into more trouble at school. He began smoking and drinking with his friends. He felt empty inside, but he didn't know how to express his feelings. He blamed his father for everything that went wrong in his life. One evening, John overheard his mother crying in the kitchen. He walked into the room and saw her sitting alone. "Mom, what's going on?" he asked. She wiped her tears and smiled sadly. "Nothing, John. Don't worry about me." But John knew something was wrong. He asked her about the affair, and she finally told him the truth. "Your father has been seeing another woman for a while now. I found out a few months ago, but I didn't want to hurt you," she said. John was shocked. He felt like his whole world was falling apart. He didn't know what to do. He wanted to hate his father, but he also wanted to understand why he had done this. John decided to confront his father. He couldn't hold his anger inside anymore. He found his father in the living room, reading the newspaper. "Dad, we need to talk," John said, his voice shaking. Mr. Roberts looked up at his son, with a surprised expression. "What's wrong, John?" "I know about the affair," John said, his face red with anger. "Why did you do it? Why did you hurt Mom like that?" Mr. Roberts sighed deeply. "I never wanted you to find out this way, son. I made a mistake. I was lonely, and I let my emotions control me. But that's no excuse. I'm sorry, John." John didn't know what to say. His father seemed genuinely sorry, but the hurt inside him was too strong. He felt like his family had been torn apart. "I don't know if I can forgive you," he said, his voice barely a whisper. For weeks, the family lived in silence. John couldn't talk to his father, and his mother barely spoke to anyone. The house that used to be full of laughter and love now felt cold and empty. John's relationship with his parents was never the same after that day. Months passed, and John began to realize something important. He had been angry at his father for the wrong reasons. Yes, his father made a terrible mistake, but John had also made mistakes. He had pushed his parents away instead of talking to them. He had let his anger control him. One evening, John went to his father and said, "Dad, I think I understand now. I was angry, but I shouldn't have pushed you away. I want to try and forgive you." Mr. Roberts looked at his son with tears in his eyes. "I know I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I'm so proud of you for saying that. I love you, John." John realized that forgiveness wasn't about forgetting what happened, but about moving forward and healing. It wasn't easy, but slowly things started to get better. His parents worked on their marriage, and John worked on rebuilding his relationship with them. It wasn't perfect, but it was a start.